What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I am at DTW. This is a familiar space for me, but with one caveat. We're doing an international flight today, so over the next 8, 9, 10, I don't know. Over the next however long I'm gonna be gone, I'm going to be in Tokyo, Japan. And so in preparation for this trip, I spent an extraordinary amount of time yesterday preparing. I had to make sure that everything was taken care of on the business front. Corporate America, we had to make sure all of the projects was taken care of. And then more importantly, I had to make sure that everything was set up to run smoothly while I'm in Japan. I will be live streaming there, but everything is set up to run smoothly as far as the editors and the different interviews. So if you're a part of the Patreon and you have not checked out the Fleece Johnson interview in its entirety, if you have not checked out Love Dorsey, I just dropped that. If you are not checking out the Eric Mays, by the time that I drop this video, hopefully I have that uploaded, then make sure you tap in. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm gonna drop a few videos for Love Dorsey clips, similar to the way I did with Eric Mays, on YouTube for you guys to be able to check out what it is that we're doing. But right now we are heading into the lounge because I'm flying Delta One. But this is not exactly what I wanted to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. So I decided to take off and then take a little bit of a break and go and play some poker. Now, I didn't go down to MGM where they treat me like a superstar because I'm platinum. I went over into the local spot just to chill. 1-2 is the max buy-in charity poker here in Michigan. You can only sell so many chips, so it's a limited amount of action that you're going to experience inside of that establishment anyway, right? But I go and decide to go and do that. Let me walk and talk for a little bit. And I parked my car, so I wound up driving a Porsche. And then they had to come in and ask me to basically move my car so that they can bring in a large truck to have a delivery for the location because it was like a bowling alley or something like that. I'll be back. I'm gonna come back up here in a minute. But it was a bowling alley where they did charity poker. And so I was just gonna go in, play, $400, whatever. The max buy-in was like $300 or something like that. So I just took a break. So they're like, come in, can somebody move it or whatever, so on and so forth. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go in and move my stuff. But no sooner than I come out to come and move my stuff, I see this Butch chick standing by my car. I'll be right back. I gotta finish vlogging. Huh? No. I'll tell you. I'll tell you about it in a minute. So I see this brawny woman standing by my car, right? This Butch chick. And I'm like, now she don't know it's my car because I'm chilling, I'm strolling. And so I decided to play it off because I see what looks to be her spitting in the direction of my car. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here? So I'm playing it cool because I'm like, even though that's incredibly disrespectful and I'm not feeling it, car wash is right up the street. And more importantly, you always got to maintain frame. And this is one of the things that not only men, but black people in general have to understand is that you have to keep frame and you got to control the narrative, not let somebody else control it for you. So anyways, I walk up, I'm like, hey man, what's going on over here? Motherfucker ain't moving a car fast enough or whatever like that, and I'm sick of it. And I'm like, so you gonna spit on my car? And so then you know what I'm saying? But instead of her apologizing, and again, this is a black woman, instead of her apologizing and moving more appropriately, this funky hoe gonna double down and was like, well, you should have got out here and moved your car faster. I said, so that give you right to spit on my shit? I'm pissed, but I'm still trying to maintain frame. So anyway, she like, well, you need to hurry up and move your car. I said, get your fat ass out my way. That's what I said to her. I said, get your fat ass out my way. And so I'm getting in the car. So she stands like, not on the back of my car, but like right by where you starting to reverse and you backing up your car. And so she's like, I dare you to hit me. I'm daring you to hit me. And so then by the time she do this, she pulls out her phone. And so I'm just, keeping frame or whatever, so on and so forth. But I still proceed to be like, you know what? That's why you work here. because you got a bad fucking attitude. That's why you make minimum wage, because you got a bad fucking attitude. You need to change your attitude, you fat bitch. You know, so I'm going off at this point, because you don't initiate the beef without understanding that it's going to be consequences that come along with it. B, you don't fucking spit on people's stuff. And then C, I'm tired of people feeling like they're privileged enough to be able to do what they want to do just because you want to identify as a man, but you don't want that smoke as a man, because men understand that it's going to be consequences that come along with your actions. You don't just do stuff without expecting something to come along with it. Anyways, I wound up backing my car up, and I moved to a different parking spot. And so I wind up going back in, and she like, yeah, you better leave. So I'm walking back, I'm like, yeah, and I'm gonna be right here in the inside when you get done doing whatever your job is. No sooner than 10 minutes later, she walks up with the big crocodile tears. She makes a big scene. I'm sitting at the poker table. It's like 8 poker tables going on at the same time. This man comes in, walks up, and I have it on camera, and he wants to stop me from doing my job and all of this other type of stuff. So I'm sitting there, I'm chilling, maintaining frame. She walks up on me because she see other people like the manager or whatever and the poker dealers or whatever, kind of like in between or whatever. And everybody knows me there because this is my city, right? This is the city that I spend an extraordinary amount of time in. This is what I'm doing on a regular basis. Everybody knows me, so this is not something new or whatever. Like, they know who I am. They know what my sentiment is. I'm the type of person to avoid confrontation at all costs because I understand that anything negative or any kind of, you know what I'm saying, problematic situation can become exponentially worse when you're not maintaining frame. So she walk up, getting closer, inching closer. Next thing you know, she steps on my foot. I just stood up and just read this bitch the riot act. I'm like, yo, you better get this bitch out my face. I called her every name in the book, the whole 9 yards. And they like, Anton, what's wrong? I say, yo, what y'all don't know is this hoe was out there spitting on my car when I walked up. Changed the whole fucking narrative. Because there was only like three women in there, but all of the rest of the people was men. And so naturally, most guys have an inclination to protect women, right? That's just normal. Even if you butch, and this is one of the things that people don't understand, is that you can identify as you want, but our inherent nature is to react based off of what it is that we see you as. It don't matter what you identify as. So anyways, I'm like, yo, this bitch was out there spitting on my car. You know what I'm saying? Then she tried to run up on me and tried to act tough and all of that. And I said, you keep pulling that bullshit, I'm going to knock your ass out like a man. Don't ever touch me. Don't ever step on my foot. Don't ever get that close to me. And, you know, by this time, I'm standing up. I'm approaching her. And so at that point, I think that something happened to her. She might have got fired and all of that, deservedly. Because if it was a man and he'd have pulled that bullshit, he would have been fired. And I'm never one to try to stop people from getting their bag. And I didn't advocate for it to get fired. But if you walk up for a problem, you're going to have to understand that a problem is going to find you. And we need to stop acting like these people, whoever it is, whether it be a woman that advocates for equal but then don't want equal results that come along with it. Yo, y'all gonna learn. You're gonna fucking learn. Y'all gonna, not me, but you gonna run up on the wrong one and he not gonna look at you the way that you think that he should look at you when it's convenient for you. Y'all gonna have to start putting these people in their position and putting these people in their place, because this shit is getting out of hand. You got women walking up on men, spitting on their cars, and then playing victim. Thankfully, they had cameras outside of that, so they was able to pull the cameras and see her, which is one of the reasons why I think that she wound up getting fired. Because a guy called me later on that afternoon because they ran out of chips, and then, you know, whatever, we cool and I have a good relationship with them. But they was able to pull the cameras and see her behavior. They wasn't pulling it for me because there wasn't nothing they could do for me. I don't work there. But they pulled the cameras and they seen what she was really doing, and I think that she got fired. And it'd probably be a good lesson for her. And hopefully she learned her lesson and stop doing egregious shit and then expecting for people to continue to pacify you like you still a woman when it's convenient. These women need to stop running up on these guys. They need to stop being tough. Stop touching them. Stop exacerbating the situation, and keep your hands to yourself and keep your spit in your mouth. And I did. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be absolutely honest. I'm not proud of it, but I read that whole riot act. I called her every name that I can figure out in the book. The whole 9 yards. Lord forgive me. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Do you think I'm wrong for calling her every single name in the book, even though she wanted to be tough, even though she had a fade, even though she was all brawny and Butch. Man, I will beat your ass. I will beat your ass. You pull that shit if you want to, because at some point, and I ain't talking about initiating the conversation, I'm talking about defending myself. Listen, y'all can say what you want. You can be tough. You can scream, yell. You can call me every name in the book. But stop running up on people as though you're going to do something because, and again, I'm not talking about me. I'm using this as an example because everybody don't have the level of discipline that I may have. Everybody don't have the level of discipline that you may have doing this. And women are feeling too comfortable walking up on dudes like they about to do something. Men understand that there's an inherent level of danger that come along with it. So we have to make informed decisions. And I often tell guys that you have to maintain frame. If by all means, get away from the situation, divest yourself, do not get in a confrontation, be a thinker first. But women obviously don't feel that, they don't think that they got to do that. They think that they just going to run up on a dude and step on his foot and spit on his car. And that's going to be the end of the conversation. And I'm not going to do nothing if you spit on my car. That's what they got car washes for. It's disrespectful. You need to be called out of your name for it. But at the same time, this shit got to come to a head. And if we don't bring visibility to it, which is one of the reasons why I'm having this conversation, if we don't bring visibility to it, then we gonna, I'm weak. I'm weak. Then we gonna find ourselves in uncomfortable conversations going forward as a result of it. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm about to go in this lounge. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.